What's up, guys? We are back with another one. Strong Zero's hitting, but I want to ramble again about something. You made a tweet about it. I said, you know what? Why don't just make a YouTube video as well? It's something that's been a topic in the FGC for a very, very long time. The discussion has been changing and everything, and now with Strive out, with a lot of new people picking up the game, I feel like it's worthwhile, mentioning at least if you're not familiar. What are we talking about? Ready? Ba-bump. Look at this beautiful MS Paint right here. STSFN. This goes way, way, way back to, I'm talking like, this is like 20 years or some shit. This is an old mantra in the FGC, right? It's from the old website, SRK, Shuriken.com. Is that site even around anymore? I don't know. But this was the old fighting game player mentality. I know like Valle, I think Valle's done like a piece on it or something, but STSFN. Save that shit for nationals. Okay, so what does that mean if you do not understand this stuff? This is an old fighting game, at least an American mindset, although I'm sure it happens in Japan too, where you want to keep your tech, you want to keep your setups, your mix-ups, you want to keep everything secret, okay? You don't want to share anything with anybody, right? If you have something that's strong or good, you don't want to show anybody, you don't want to share it with anybody, you want to save that shit for nationals. So nationals, they're talking about, the big tournaments, whatever it was, like before EVO, whatever it was, where you go to this one event, now you bring out all your hidden tech, and now, like, you surprise some people, you rob some people, you win, $20 or whatever, and then you're like, hey, you go back, you post on the forum, you feel great. It's actually a huge part of the American FGC, right? So, I still do it. I still do it. But it's not just about having a secret, secret technique or something. It's just the idea of not telling people how to beat you, right? Where it's up to you to figure it out. This is my tech. I'm going to run it, and, it's up to the other people to beat you right there. Because at the end of the day, it's like winning is the final goal. All that matters is winning. No matter how you do it, that's what you want to do. So on the other hand, this is very, very, I'm just generalizing here. So obviously it's not 100% true. But I feel like a little bit more different in Japan is people would share tech. People train together. You'll share tech. You're going to find out what's real, what's not real. And the thing about that is that helps you get better in the long run, right? So this is very effective. This is very, very effective, especially a broken technique, right? I think the old legend was Valle. I think it was Alpha 2, the Valle activate or whatever, where the Valle CC. So I might be wrong. I'm just rambling, whatever. I might be wrong. You can correct me in the comments. But I think it was like you couldn't crouch block, right? After activation, if you were standing, you could not crouch block. So it would be like activate unblockable like 60% or something like that, right? So bringing that kind of like powerful tech to a tournament where nobody's ready for it, just wiping everybody out, winning, and then be like, hey, I did it. That's like an old mentality. It still carries to this day. And what I'm saying is that in the long run, that's only going to hurt not just your community, but hurt you too in the long run, right? So the idea is here, if you teach your opponent how to beat you, right? If you have a tech that's not real, it's working, it works on everybody, but it's not actually real, right? If you teach your friend or your training partner or someone how to beat it, okay, now you can't beat them anymore. So what's that going to do? It's going to force you to improve, to get actually good. Instead of relying on a gimmick that's not real, you actually have to learn how to win with like, some real stuff, some actual skill, not just like a gimmick right there. So this process keeps on repeating itself, and each time that happens, right, you're getting stronger overall, stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. If you're just waiting, if you're just doing this, right, if you're just holding on to your tech until somebody can actually beat you, you're slowing down your growth process, right? This kind of mentality, this is what inspired it, is base Kazunoko, right? So not just Kaz, I'll share some other ones, but the Japanese, since Guilty Gear Strive has been coming out, there's been so much bullshit. Every character in this game is busted. All people are doing is complaining. The common defense, if it's like your character's busted, they'll be like, instead of explaining why, they'll be like, what? No, that character's busted. Everyone's pointing fingers at each other. Like, I'm not, he's broken, not me, right? Everyone's just fighting. No one's actually trying to improve. These circled videos right now is from Kazunoko. So Kazunoko plays these characters, right? He started with Soul. Now he's playing Chip mainly. But these are guides on how to beat the character. He's showing what is not real, like what is strong and how to deal with it. What's not real and how to beat it, right? How to do all this different stuff. How to beat these guys, right? What is the weakness? He's not saying they're weak. He's just like, this is how we can fix this, how we can get past this, where you can force them to actually like use some other stuff, right? It's very, very, very helpful stuff. And it's not just Ka. So here's one. So here's Fenrich. Fenrich is like the best Ramlethal player in Japan. A Fenrich anti-Ramlethal guide. So he sat down for 20 minutes and told you this is how you beat Ramlethal. Like, this is what's not real. You know, this is how you escape this. This is how you beat that. This is how you do that. Like, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's insane. That's insane. I can't do it. Like, I don't want to do it. I can only imagine if I told Bobby, like, look, Bobby, this is how we beat all this stuff. Da, 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 da. So people say it happens at offline majors too. You know, if people ask you, although I've seen it happen too, where people say, how do you get out of that? I've seen it happen at majors where it's like, hey, how do you beat that? And they're like, just ignore them. Just like, I don't know, man. You figure it out on your own. I've seen that happen multiple times. I've seen that shit happen multiple times. Rather than waiting for an offline event in casuals, the Japanese players are going out of their way, like literally out of their way. Top players. I'm not talking about tech monsters. I'm talking about top players, sponsor players, players with money on the line, going out of the way to be like, hey, this is how you beat my character. Like, this is not real. This is not real. Da, 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 da. This is how you beat it. Like, to me, that was just, it's so insane. And I think it's something I wish we could see more in the West. It's up to you guys, right? I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, as a long-time fighting game player, I do think that this kind of tech, you know, sharing information, not just tech. It's not just sharing setups. People love sharing their setups, right? People love sharing their setups like, hey, check out this mix I did. It's not just that. Sharing information about like, hey, this is not real. This is how you punish it. This is how you beat that. I feel like sharing that kind of information is super valuable. And that's what, if there is going to be a gap, you know, if there is going to be something that sets apart, it's way too early to say, even though I know some people say America is way behind Japan. We're still way behind. I don't think that's the case, but I feel like as time goes on, if there is something that's going to set apart, you know, Japan and America in terms of like growth of the scene, it's going to be that. So yeah, that's it. Sorry. This is, like I said, just me rambling. So this old mentality, I think it's got to go. And I think even the old mentality people, so I'm not saying Valle. I'm not saying, oh, you know, Valle. I think Valle is also, now that, you know, he's gotten older and we've seen how things change, I think even the OG that used to preach this kind of mentality, I think they've realized it's not real anymore. You know, that it's actually a bad mentality. The problem is, it does still exist. Even if it's not clear, even if they're not clearly saying STSFN, there's still that mentality of like, I gotta keep my stuff, man. I gotta keep it. If I share it, people are gonna beat me and I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna be weaker. It's like, you gotta look in the long run, right? Look in the long run. But yeah, hey, all right, there we go. Let me know what you think. Tell me how to beat Soul, please. If you play Soul, please tell me how to beat that character. I played Bobby yesterday for like 3 hours, and you know, we were playing and we were talking, and it was like, all right, I think you can do that. Of course, you tell them after you win. That's one tip I'll give you. Beat them first, and then you can tell them how to do it. That way you can still do it one time, but something like that. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you got any tech, tell your buddy. If you make videos too, if you have a video or someone is doing this kind of stuff, you know, post it up. We'll see. I need tech too. I need to learn how to beat these guys. But like always, if you're still watching, thank you, and I'll see you next one.